I think about things in a macro. There's 7.7 billion people. When I look at these men's faces right now, I'm like, they're way up there in the ranking. I wish there was a world ranking of every person. And I wish you could see where you sit right this second. It would blow your face off. It would. It would blow your face off on how good your life actually is. It would be humbling. You'd get real hungry. You'd realize how real lucky you are. And so, you know, I don't know, like I just can't imagine Sam not having any single person reply, whoever, like that's just unbelievable. Like that's special. Now, everybody's got their own personalities. I don't know Sam, I don't know anybody here. Like you might be introverted, you might be quiet, you might be focused on this, you might be having family issues, you don't have that energy for that. There's a million things going on in everybody's dome right now, but it doesn't take away the fact that this is actually what's happening to your life right now. And you can speak to this, you both can speak to this. That window closes real quick. That's it. That's just the truth. Everybody knows, everybody's social is like the PR'd version of themselves, right? Like, we even have people now make pretend they're taking private flights, right? Like, there's all sorts of shit going on. So there's cynicism on, is it real, is it not? What's it up to? What I would say is a couple things. It's not about overthinking, like, I'm a media company, how do I do this right? I think once you start overthinking shit, it's probably like the way you think about sports, right? Like when you start overthinking, you get slow, and then you're in trouble, right? So overthinking is disastrous too in the way you build your image and stuff like that. You just need to, basically what worked for me was 10 years ago, I saw Twitter, I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be the next thing. And it started the kind of transformation to the mobile device and social media. And I remember thinking 10 years ago, I'm like, fuck, everything I do is on the record. Like there's no hiding anymore, right? Forget about you posting shit. What about when you're out? Everybody's got a fucking, this is 24/7. So I think the best thing is to just let it go, be you, but also at the same time, know all eyes are on it. I didn't see my dad until I was 14 because we came to America and he got a job as a stock boy in a liquor store. We had to make it. So he'd leave at 7 a.m. and come home at midnight or 10, and I just never saw him, like straight up never saw him. And then he saved up enough money to buy his own liquor store. I was, like I said earlier, a real hustler kid, lemonade, baseball cards, car washing, like I'd rip your fucking flowers out of your yard and sell it back to you. I was really like, interesting. Anyway, I came to the liquor store when I was 14 and I was straight full of shit. I would say anything to sell something, anything. My dad's old school Russian dude, like he's all about like, you know, and he's scary as fuck. And he kind of like looked me in the face and said, like he saw me do something and he like changed my life. Like I really believe I will achieve, I feel like I'm the cliche kind of that guy that's like slick and like pure DNA. I feel like I'm that guy, the one that like seems fun at first, but is kind of like a fuck face and like will do whatever it is for him. I actually believe that, but I think I got lucky enough that I had such a hardcore dad that he remolded me when I was just young enough where it became my truth. And that's why I think so much good has happened for me, that contradiction of like selfish and selfless, like just honorable, but like storyteller, like it just worked out, And so yeah, it was the transcending moment of my life that he told me word is bond and like fucking, yeah, that's where I'm at. The common thing about all the winners I've seen in life, and this is interesting because this is probably not the best advice for a complete athlete, but I'd like you guys to hear it. I think it's interesting. I think they're the people that bet on their strengths and didn't dwell on their weaknesses. I think about myself and all the other people that I think have won, they zoned in on their strength, you know? And they maintained their weaknesses. And I've always thought about that with athletes too, because I think about business like sports. I'm always wondering, like, the guys in this room are like, you know, obviously, if you have a fatal flaw that can't allow you to be at this level or next level, you gotta close the gap, right? Fix that. But I've always wondered if the ones that really excelled, did they have the 3 or 4 things that they zoned in that naturally came to them, and then they tripled down on that instead of looked around the room and be like, oh, that dude's better at this, let me try to get better, when, as you guys know, so many things in life are natural. I think we fight DNA a lot. And so I've just been very curious at a macro level, what's the difference in life when you go triple all in on your strengths instead of dwelling on weaknesses? it's so crazy for me, right? I'm 41, I'm old, right? Like I remember the world pre-internet, you know, which is just like so batshit crazy. Because when I think about internet, like when you said it, I was like oxygen. Like to me, it's just like, it's oxygen. Like there is no life without the internet. I don't think people understand. Like, let me tell you something you will do 25 years from now. You will wear contact lenses and you will live in a real world, in an augmented world, and in a virtual world. In 25 years from now, when you'll be young, you will put on contact lenses or something will be invented or be put it LASIK'd into your eyes. And like the same way all those Snapchat filters and all that shit, that will be real life. There'll be a fourth dude right here, virtually. Or you can go completely into virtual, or like this shit just started. Like we just started. Like Uber and Amazon and Facebook and Snapchat, that shit's basic. Like your car's gonna drive itself for you. You're gonna be like lounging in your car. Like the things we're gonna be doing, like your beer's gonna be reordering itself for you. When you have one beer left in your fridge, it's gonna reorder it for you. You're gonna have technology in your body. Like all this plays out to the robots killing off all of us. We probably won't see it, but it's coming. And so like this is just starting. Like think about what was, and when we laugh like that, it's fun for me because if I told you 10 years ago, like 10 years ago, if you did online dating, you were a fucking dork, right? Like now all that's going on is that is the infrastructure for it, right? If you told a parent 10 years ago, here's what's up, your 14-year-old daughter should go into a stranger's car to get around every day, they would have laughed you out of the room. That's what Uber is. So like, I don't think people understand. Like when I think about the internet, I think about it as oxygen. It's just a framework that we now play in. And to make it real life for you instead of some heady shit, the opportunity for all of you is exponential. It's so compounded. You can network in LA when you played here. You can network with the fucking world. You can literally go on your phone right now, put in hashtag USC, see anybody that gives a fuck about it, and you can engage with that and basically have anything happen if you choose to. That's just bonkers.
Let's dive into the responsibility that comes with that. When that happens, because Gary does a nice job, and Casey, I've known you for a long time, you're amazing at this. You guys remain, at least you proceed to be really authentic. Like you haven't varied even though-
Because I know I can't hide. Like you're just not gonna be able to hide, right?
And that's because?
It's because we live in a world where Danny Amendola, the night after winning the Super Bowl, bangs some chick and she uses it as her Tinder profile. Like, we just live in a world where you're on the record. Right?
Well, I also think on top of that, like, say you did 20 PC posts, at some point you're gonna become your voice. You know, which is why we asked you guys if you think you're storytellers. Every single one of your Snapchats, like when I look at some of you on Snapchat versus Twitter, it's like they're two different people. Because Snapchat, I'm in your world. I'm in it real time, and I see what's going on Thursday or wherever you may be. And on Twitter, you might just say something really nice about a teammate who's about to get a scholarship offer or be up for an award, right?
But everybody's full of shit. You ever look at Facebook? Everybody's got the best marriage, best kids, best vacation. Like everybody's PRing the shit out of themselves. So what happens is everything's about, it's sports. Everything's about adjustments, right? Tight ends become fucking basketball players. You gotta adjust the safety position. Like everybody, there's a reaction to reaction. Social media didn't exist. It came out, everybody was saying everything. Then we got conditioned that people would react, and all of a sudden we got weird and started PRing ourselves. Now everybody knows that everybody's full of shit, so there's a counteract. That's how Snapchat happened. Everybody shared everything. Where was the opportunity? Something private. So like everything's about counter moves. Like right now, I don't give a fuck about social anymore because everybody's on it, everybody's looking. That's why I'm looking at voice. That's why I'm looking at smartification and Internet of Things, because everybody's looking, you got a problem, right? And that's what's happening with social. Nobody believes, when I say I'm watching what you guys are doing, I'm not paying attention to what you're posting, I'm paying attention to what you're double tapping. You know, like, it's so funny, guys are like PCing themselves on Instagram, like, me and my moms, and then they're like fucking double tapping every booty chick on the fucking internet, right? So like, you know, like, it's real funny, and it's real true, that's why everybody's laughing, because everybody knows, and it's real fucking great, I love it. Like, it's only about relationships. You need to dap it up with as many people as possible. Life is only about the people. I made tens of millions of dollars because I became friendly. I thought Twitter was gonna be important, and I made those relationships with those founders, and that's what opened up everything. Everybody you talk to ever, that's made it, that really made it, it's just relationships. You miss some, right? You go find my first book somewhere, crush it. I thank my entire family and one random person, Travis Kalanick, founder of Uber, my boy, and I passed on Uber twice. If I put in my normal 50,000 that I put into companies, I would've made $400 million. I fucked up, right? I missed it, but having the relationship, playing checkers with him at some conference was the reason I even had that at bat. I fucked up, but I got the at bat. You right now in Los Angeles with these 3 letters, and for a lot of you, you don't go to the league and get another one of those at bats. This is one of the closest things to having that kind of leverage. This is religion for a lot of people that run shit. And so my advice is real simple. That was incredible advice by the 5th year quarterback. I would meet every single person, siphon and learn. They wanna see you because they wanna take a selfie and show their 14-year-old son they know you. You wanna see them because you wanna win life.